So now we're gonna do an envelope fold on the Portsmith tote. So you've already sewn the base on and you've sewn the hem, and this is the right side of the fabric, the side that's gonna show. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it so it's right sides together with the top of the tote lined up here. So we're lining up the top of the tote here. So we lined those up. Then we're going to turn this and we're going to stick a pin in perpendicular to the seam up here. With the pointy part of the pin towards the raw edge. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to line up the top of the base. So with here it's the black. Okay, so that's lined up. And then I'm going to stick a pin in right above the base. So this pin position is really particular. Don't pin through all the layers of the base. Just pin through these 2 layers of the bag here, okay, right above it. So we have pins in this side here, but we need to put pins in this side here. And a rule of thumb with sewing is your pins should be face up when you're sewing. Another rule of thumb with sewing is you should sew with the bulk of your work to the left of your machine, which means that this will be face up when you're sewing this edge, but this side will be face up when you're sewing this edge. So go ahead and flip your bag around and stick your pins in the 2 places just like on the other side. So I'm going to rotate this because it's easier to pin that way, and then I'm going to go ahead and match up the tops of my bag here and stick a pin in perpendicular to the seam. And then I'm going to come over here and match up the tops of my base and stick a pin in right above the base there. Okay, so I have my pins in the correct places to do the envelope fold. We're going to grab inside the bag, and then we're going to grab the bottom center point here. And then what we're doing is we're actually pivoting the bag right up here at the transition between the base and the main part of the bag. And we're taking our middle bottom center points and we are matching that up to the tops of the base layer. Okay, so this center point here, which is a slit in my project, is matching up with the fold there at the top of the base. Okay, then I'm going to take this whole part here and I'm going to pivot it down at the center point and fold it down just like that. Okay, so that's how I'm creating the fold for the envelope base. So if you fold this down and your 2 folds here aren't quite matching up, then you can go ahead and adjust that a little bit until you get them to match up like that. And the same on your other side. So I'm just going to push that up a little, fold that down, and then that's matching up. Then I'm going to take my craft clips here and I'm going to stick a couple clips in on this side. And then I can flip this over and stick a couple in from this side. Okay, and so now I'm ready to sew my 1/2 inch seam allowances for my main side seams. For those of you that are really new to sewing, a great tip is to actually draw a stitching line for your 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to take a quilting ruler here, and I'm going to take my Chaco pen liner here, and I'm actually going to cover up my bag, my side seam, with a 1/2 inch of the ruler, and I'm going to draw a line on that 1/2 inch, and that's going to actually be my 1/2 inch seam allowance stitch line. So that's a really great trick for beginner sewers. Of course, remember you need to backstitch up here and backstitch down here. So my line is on the same side as my pins. So I'm going to flip and draw the line on this side. Okay. All right, and now I'm ready to sew my side seams. I can stick a couple of clips in here and we're good to go. All right.